Week 8, day 2. I think a lot of times that these qualities, these 36 qualities that we deal with, that we glean from the 300 greatest leaders in the world, wouldn't you like to be married to someone that had all 36 of these qualities? Wouldn't you like to be coached by someone? Wouldn't you like to coach someone that's got all 36 of these qualities? The thing that we're doing is we're developing these 36 qualities in you so that you become the best you that you can be. This week we're developing the quality of self-respect. Now, by developing this quality, we're going to improve your self-image and your self-portrait. But the quality that we're developing is self-respect. Page 52, developingcharacter.org curriculum. I'm going to read this because I think it's important, each word. The most desired quality people want for themselves in a survey was respect. People want to be respected and not disrespected. Respect can be earned in only one way. One must encounter tough times and come through with your head held high. The most respected student athlete I ever knew personally was Anthony Robles. Anthony Robles was a state champion and eventual NCAA champion who only had one leg. He was at Mesa High School in Mesa, Arizona. He was born with one leg. He became a state champion wrestler with one leg. He did not get a scholarship. No one was willing to bet on him because he only had one leg. He went to Arizona State University and eventually became an NCAA college national champion. Now, did anyone fear Anthony? Only the ones he wrestled against. Did anyone envy Anthony Robles? Was there anyone at Mesa High School that was saying, boy, I wish I only had one leg? No. You'd see him hopping around. He had crutches, but he very seldom used them. You'd see him hopping around. Every day, our football team would go out to practice, and the wrestling team began their workout jogging a mile. We would look out there, and at the back of the pack was Anthony Robles, hopping on one leg a mile. He did the entire mile. Now, he didn't win it, but he won 99% of the matches that he had in high school and college. Who was the most respected person at Mesa High School? You might not like him. You didn't envy him. You sure didn't fear him. But I promise you, he was the most respected athlete that I've ever personally been around. Because he had been dealt a tough hand of cards, but he won. He never griped. I never heard him whine about having one leg. I never heard anything negative from him. Obviously, self-respect, self-image, self-portrait determines to a great deal your success. At the age of 22 months, all the neurons in your brain are formed, and from that day forward, everything said to you or about you, every experience you have puts a stroke on the portrait you have of yourself. This is important because, as we said yesterday, you cannot perform in a manner that's different from the way you see yourself. Self-respect correlates exactly with self-expectations. Let me say that again. Self-respect is equal to expectations. If you have a high degree of self-respect, you have a high degree of expectations. If you have low self-respect, you have a low degree of self-expectations. What do you expect from yourself? You want to know what you expect? it's all based on your self-respect. If you have a great self-image, a great self-portrait, and a great deal of self-respect, you are going to expect to have great things. The team that has great respect for itself is going to have great expectations. Understand this. Respect comes only one way, and this is self-respect or respect. Think about the person you respect the most in your life. You don't necessarily respect a great rock singer. You envy their talent. You don't necessarily respect a police officer. You fear a police officer for what the consequences he may give you. You respect that person like an Anthony Robles that's gone through a very difficult time and come through with his head held high. Those are the people you respect. Here's the 4 steps you need to take. Number 1, recognize that others have been painting your portrait until today. People have said what you are, or they've told you you can't go to college, or you can't do this, you're not big enough to do this, you're not tall enough, you're not this or that. You will paint your portrait beginning today. Number 2, never quit. You gain self-respect in small increments. It doesn't come all at once. It is simply doing all 10 math problems. If a teacher gives you 10 math problems, when you only do 7 of them, it's not the math that you lose. It's not the not knowing how to do the other 3 that hurts you. What kills you is you just lost self-respect. And when you lose that self-respect, you destroy your expectations. When I do all 10 of those, I don't care how hard they are or how difficult they are. When I do all 10 of them, it's not that I got so smart in mathematics that makes such a difference in my life. It's the fact that I got so much more self-respect. You have the opportunity to increase your self-respect every day, in every assignment, just like those goals we did yesterday. If you did them right and you followed through with them, it wasn't the goals that you gained, it was the self-respect you gained because you did them. It's the change in your self-image, the change in your self-portrait changes the way you're going to perform. Number 3, it says people say you earn respect if you give respect. Is that true? No. Courtesy. You give courtesy, you get courtesy. You don't get respect because you give it. You get respect when you earn it. When you go through a difficult time and you come out with your head held high, you have earned respect. What improves when you do a good job with something as small as cleaning your room? Self-respect. That's the number 1 thing that it does. You gain self-respect. When you gain the self-respect, then you have higher expectations for you. See you tomorrow.